Hello and welcome to My Security TV and our Tech and Sec Weekly. My name's Chris Cubbage. I'm the Executive Editor with My Security Media, and today we're looking at the Smartlock Digital Assistant, or the SDA, with Davcor. They're a New South Wales-based company here in Australia. We're going to be joined once again, welcoming back Geoff Plummer, the Executive Business Manager with Davcor. Geoff, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Chris.
Mate, we're going to have a dive into the Smartlock Digital Assistant. It's an Australian innovation there in Minchinbury with Davcor. Talk us into the background and also a little bit about Davcor as well in terms of what the company, I think it will give this a bit of street cred.
Well, Davcor is one of the largest security wholesalers in Australia, I believe, and we focus on security products, and we have agencies as well as we also develop and manufacture a lot of our own products, many of which are designed for the locksmithing industry and also for customised security applications such as the SDA.
Nice. Now, what's the background to the SDA? Why was this created? And I understand there's been some development in it as well over time.
Well, the SDA was created to solve the management of a dispersed number of safe locks. We saw an opportunity in the market where different retailers, financials had safe locks spread all over the country. Managing all the various users of those safe locks, their access when they come and go, is really difficult. The way to solve it was to network the safe locks and cable them. The problem is that was really expensive, so we came up with a hybrid.
Nice. Well, look, I've got a schematic coming up on screen. Let me just bring this up, and then you can talk us through the actual process. Yeah, just talk us through how this is working.
Okay, you'll see in the middle of the gateway. The gateway allows a security administrator to add and delete users in real time. You'll see on the left, Accessor Assistant. We deploy it as an app or a URL, and a user can use their device or a laptop or an internet connected device to create a code that will open the lock. Once they identify themselves to the lock, it goes through the gateway. The gateway works out, are they allowed to open the lock, yes or no? It would confirm the geolocation to put them at the site, and then it gives them a code that'll open once. For the administrator in that gateway, as staff move, so if you're at one office today, say Berwick today, I can give you access in real time, and then there's shorter staff at the next site, a suburb over tomorrow, I can give you access for one day, and it's all in real time, as would be achieved if you ran a network to the actual safe.
And I suppose the key benefits here is, high staff turnover, transient staff, many sites. What's the rollout process and the key benefits here?
Well, the rollout process for our SDA is to install new safe locks on your existing safes. You don't need new safes. We can roll it out to your existing secure containers, safes, vaults, ATMs. Once it's in place, the software is deployed, which is immediate. And then we just train people. Obviously, the app, the users are just added as you would in any access control system, add and delete them. Once it's in place, it's ready to go. It's not a difficult thing to deploy.
And how does the codes work between the lock and the app and the user? Maybe just talk us through that process.
Okay, so the user, I'll say it's an app, so it's on their phone. They would identify themselves to the app, and we can, of course, it's all developed in Australia. We can make that identity any way you want to do it. Password, username, and so forth. The app then would say, would come up using their geolocation, would show them the 3 or 4 locks inside that location, select the one they want to open. It asks them for a challenge, which comes from the lock. They put it into the app. The app then goes through the gateway and then fires, it creates a one-time code. It gives them back to it on the app, and they can open the safe lock. So that it sounds a little complicated, but the actual time to do it is about 10 seconds.
Nice. And I take it there's the logs and the audit logs, so you know what users are accessing the safe and when and in what circumstance?
Yeah, in the gateway, there's a full audit of every transaction, including adding and deleting people. So the administration audit trail as well as the user audit trail.
And can you add parameters or sort of configurations to the users? They can't access certain locks at certain times. And obviously you mentioned sort of the geolocation as well. How much control do you have over the access?
Okay, so you can control it, but down to the user level. So users, sites, groups. Adding the geolocation means if one of the real problems in safe locks, I'm sitting at home sick, you can't get in, I give you my code. That totally contravenes the audit trail or circumvents the audit. I've shared a code. You now know that and can use it whenever. The geolocation means that cannot happen. So the audit becomes more valid. So it can be worked out to basically a user who works 9 to 5, 3 days a week, that they can only access during those 3 days, and only if they're at the office. And virtually any time locking, we call it time locking, down to the user level, which before hasn't really existed.
Well, it certainly sounds versatile. It sounds like it's easy to deploy, and I like the user control and that one-time sort of password, and the geolocation is quite key. So look, Geoff Plummer, the Executive Business Manager with Davcor, we'll have some more details. The website is, to find out more?
Smartlock.com.au.
Nice and easy. It'll be up on screen, mate. No problems at all. But definitely one to have a look at for those that have many sites, many users, and those users need to access secure containers. So thanks to Davcor. Thanks, Geoff. Thanks for joining us on My Security TV.
Thanks, Chris.
Good on you, mate.